De lo que estaba preguntando el compañero, ¿cómo están las relaciones, las negociaciones con el ayuntamiento, precisamente por el convenio y por la posible, tal vez, reforma de Castalia?
Yeah, that's an ongoing process. I think our legal department, headed by Alberto, is negotiating that. And how's it going on? It's like one of those things where you can't really have a comment on it until it's closed, because you don't know how it could go. Yeah, but from our perspective, or from my perspective, our approach is that we need certain things to be done to the stadium to be La Liga 2 compliant. That's very important. It's my understanding that these things need to be approved, and the construction changes have to be done right away. So that's part of it. My other understanding of that is the council might not have the ability to allocate funds in a quick manner because of their process of getting approval for such things. So that's something that we'll have to figure out a solution for. At the end of the day, I would love to refurbish the stadium, spend money to improve the stadium, improve the facilities, add seats, add luxury stuff. I would do all of those things if it was my stadium and we own the stadium, but we don't. And so I think we're balancing, okay, if you're expecting me to pay for all these things for a stadium that I don't own, what person would do this? It doesn't make sense. So I think there has to be maybe a process where that is understood. The other side of it is, if the city doesn't have the resources to do what's needed for the stadium, maybe the city needs to also look at possibly the idea of coming to a good agreement with us, either at worst for a very, very long lease, so that we can be comfortable spending money knowing we have the right to use the stadium. Like, imagine you rent a house, you spend $250,000 improving it, and then your landlord says, okay, thank you very much, you're out. I'm gonna now charge more rent to the next person. That doesn't make sense. You wouldn't do this. So yeah, either the lease agreement has to be very favorable for us if we're going to contribute capital, or they're open to maybe allowing us to acquire the stadium at a price that's reasonable. And I think that would be something that we would be open to, provided the price was right, and then we could really be in control of things and not have to worry about bureaucracy and resources that the city just may not have. It's hard to expect the city to devote a lot of money and resources to a football club when maybe there's other things that are more important to the community in terms of just beneficial community services. So we're very sensitive to that. I don't want the city to go bankrupt because they want to support our football stadium. But on the other hand, if they're not able to support the football stadium, and we have a big vision for this club, not just in La Liga 2, but also in La Liga. So we need a top flight stadium to do this if we really, really want to compete with other teams in our region. And I'm willing to devote whatever resources necessary to do that. But I would preferably have that be a stadium that I control, not someone else controls. Does that make sense?